I would say in my case, the majority of my patients are pediatric patients. So the one thing that I would say is that they're not going to be here 3 hours. I know we generally have to let people know that just to give them an intention of a longer wait time, but I really try to be in and out before 3 hours. The other thing is that we really are legitimately trying to help them. And so, just bringing in as much information as they can, a great timeline would be helpful of when things started and what they've used already, and if they're concerned about medicines that they're currently on, bring those in as well. The more information we have at the intake visit and the more knowledge we have from a timeline standpoint is great. Oh, well, Mardi Gras stories, it stays in New Orleans. Happens in New Orleans, stays in New Orleans. No, I'm just joking. So I moved here from New Orleans, Louisiana. I grew up on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi outside of New Orleans, and New Orleans was our big city. So a fun fact, I've never lived off the Gulf Coast until I moved to Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a coast girl. I love big ocean water, and I love seafood. I love New Orleans. If I could have this practice in New Orleans, Louisiana, I would be there right now. No offense, Birminghamians. Birmingham is great. But the fun facts about New Orleans is I lived in the city. I loved it. Never was I mugged or anything of that nature. I had great neighbors, and the people there are fabulous and very welcoming and generally embrace everybody's cultures, and I loved it. And I find that there's a lot of similarities in the people in Birmingham and the respect that people are very welcoming and people are very interested in you and really embrace difference, and I love that. So I think that is something that is lovely about Birmingham and also lovely about New Orleans. I've always had allergies, which I know if anybody's read my bio on our website, that's what it says. I have been the allergic child, the allergic teenager, and the allergic adult. I don't have any food allergies, but I have very sensitive skin. I have broken out in hives a myriad of times and not known what those hives were about, whether it was a laundry detergent or one time I did, this is another fun New Orleans story. I went to a crawfish boil at Easter just recently and thought I was in the woods for this crawfish boil and was eating asparagus out of the boil because I don't like crawfish, which is totally, I know, is really a sin, not saying that, but anyway, so I broke out in hives, but I thought I had insect bites, and then when I looked at my back, I had hives all over. So I definitely am an allergic individual, and that is really why I became an allergist. Now, why I became a doctor, I've always wanted to be a doctor. I mean, really, truly. For a little while, I wanted to be an astronaut, and then the Challenger exploded, and this is showing my age. And so after that, I decided that wasn't a great idea. But I'm still holding out hope to be a doctor in space. That would just, be both. I love space. I'm a space nerd. I've been to tons of the NASA facilities in our country, and I follow NASA on Instagram. So that's a little fun fact about me. Okay, so I love television. That is a very bad habit of mine. It is an escape. I've always loved television. I wish that I could say I had some other escape besides television, but I've watched a lot of television in my life. My current Netflix watching binge is Peaky Blinders. I love British television of any way, shape, or means, whether it is a period piece or about gangsters in Birmingham, England, instead of Birmingham, Alabama. It is all fabulous. So before I joined Alabama Allergy, I really didn't understand the draw to do clinical research, to be honest. it has really, I feel like, changed the way I practice medicine, in the respect that I feel like doing clinical research is such an important part of my practice, in the respect that we are able to give patients medicines that have not been on the market before they're on the market, and these medicines can change their lives. And it's free. It's free to them. They just have to give their time, and we monitor them and help them become healthier. And to me, that has been an amazing thing to be a part of. And to also put the work in to bring these medicines to the market, so that other people and our patients, as well as other people around the world, and even just in our country and in our geographic area, can have access to these medicines. So to me, that is very important. I'm thankful that our patient population really embraces that and really trusts us enough to know that when we ask them to potentially consider these, that they are willing and able to take time out of their busy schedules to also help others, in the respect that they are putting their illness in our hands and hopefully trusting us to help them. And I appreciate that.